Well, hello, everybody. We're going to do the hand motions for the first 9 chapters of the story. This is going to get us almost halfway through the Old Testament. So are you ready? Let's do it together. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. He formed man out of the dust. He breathed, and Adam and Eve were created. God put them in a garden where they disobeyed him and broke his heart. Mankind fell, and the flood came and wiped out man. For 40 days and 40 nights it rained. But God called a man named Abraham. He said, Abraham, go to the land I will call you. And Abraham had a son named Isaac that God called to offer up as a sacrifice. Because of his faith and obedience, God showed him the stars and said, that's how many your descendants will be. Isaac had 2 sons, Esau, which means hairy, and Jacob, which means heel grabber. Jacob had 12 sons, and the special son was Joseph, the coat of many colors. He was bound and betrayed and sent to Egypt, walked like an Egyptian. There, God raised him out of prison and made him the prince over Egypt. He used him to feed all the nations of the world. But after Joseph died, the people were put in slavery and bondage. So God called Moses. He pulled him out of the Red Sea and told him to go speak to Pharaoh and say, Pharaoh, let my people go. There were 12 plagues, ugly bugs and frogs. And then came the Passover, where all the firstborn died. And the children of Israel passed through the Red Sea. The Exodus happened. They came into the wilderness. God called Moses up on the mountain where he gave him the 10 commandments. In those commandments, he gave them 3 very important things beside the law. He called them to build a tabernacle for the presence of God and to begin to practice feast days and the Sabbath, and told them to sacrifice sacrifices so their sins could be blotted out. The children of Israel didn't obey or enter the land. So for 40 years, remember, they went in circles and never entered into the promised land. Neither did Moses. Moses saw the land, but he didn't go in. And he and that whole generation died in the wilderness. But his servant, Joshua, we salute for Joshua. Joshua commanded the children of Israel across the Jordan River and around the walls of Jericho. They marched for 7 days, and the walls came down. And the children of Israel crossed into the promised land. They divided and began to conquer one nation at a time. They took the kings, and remember, they put their necks under their feet. And God gave the 12 tribes the assignment to possess and settle the land. After that, we came to the years of the judges. We've got a gavel that represents judges. And there were many heroes during that time. Deborah, the woman judge. There was Gideon. We got to be giddy. And there was Samson, the strong one, who tore down the temple. But unfortunately, during those days, everyone did, remember, what was right in their own eyes. And they kept going back to bondage. All did what was in their own eyes except for 2, Ruth, we pull the root up for Ruth. And Samuel, who heard God's voice, and Samuel, they stood apart for God. Well, that's the first 9 chapters. We'll go from there next time.